New York is recognized for 4 minutes.
I thank my friend from Illinois for giving me this time. Madam Speaker, the successful landing of U.S. Air Flight 1549 on Thursday, January 15, 2009, was nothing short of a miracle. And I rise to honor and thank all those who are involved in this rescue and recovery effort. Shortly after takeoff on Thursday, January 15th, U.S. Airways Flight 1549 departed LaGuardia Airport in my district in Queens, was struck by a flock of birds and lost power in both engines. After the collision, the pilot and co-pilot literally had seconds to determine how to get that plane back to the ground. Captain Chelsea B. Sullenberger III and First Officer Jeffrey B. Skiles thought about trying to land back at LaGuardia or even getting over to Teterboro Airport in New Jersey, but realized that there was not enough power to get that far. Instead, they decided to attempt an emergency landing in the least populated area of New York City, the Hudson River. But water landings, also are incredibly difficult, and any minor error could cause the landing to end in tragedy. But the tremendous skills of the captain and the first officer were on display that day, and they successfully glided the plane down and safely landed it on the river. In the meantime, the flight attendants Donna Dent, Doreen Welsh, and Sheila Dale prepared passengers for impact. When the plane came to a complete stop, Ms. Dent, Ms. Walsh, and Ms. Dale quickly opened the doors of the plane and started to evacuate passengers safely and efficiently. Within minutes, all the passengers were evacuated onto the wings of the plane, where boats, ferries, and others on the scene approached the sinking jet and began helping the passengers and crews off the wings and safely away from the near-freezing Hudson River waters. And I may add, they were not just New Yorkers, they were folks from New Jersey as well, helping in this rescue effort. Still, as the plane continued to sink into the freezing waters, Captain Sullenberger walked the cabin not once, but twice, to make sure everyone was safely off the plane before deplaning himself. Due to the skill and coordinated efforts by the pilots, crew, and first responders on the scene, everyone on the plane is alive and well today. Madam Speaker, we owe a debt of gratitude to the Flight 1549 and all the first responders who helped evacuate passengers. Madam Speaker, some people call this event the miracle on the Hudson. I say this was no miracle. This was the skillful flying of 2 veteran pilots, the quick reaction of highly trained flight attendants, and the responsiveness of Coast Guard ships, ferries, and private citizens. These people showed to the world the best of our aviation and first responder system. I am proud of the heroic actions of everyone involved. I hope you will join me in honoring Captain Sullenberger, First Officer Skiles, Flight Attendant Dell, Welsh, and Dent, and all the men and women who came to the aid of the passengers and the passengers themselves, the cooperation they demonstrated that day. Those passengers stuck on the wing of a sinking plane in the middle of the freezing Hudson River. I urge my colleagues to vote yes on this resolution. And, Madam Speaker, I would just add, as the congressional representatives of LaGuardia Airport, where Flight 1549 took off, I sometimes have to often have to answer complaints, particularly from my constituents, about the airport and those who fly through or live by the airport. It's not often we get to say good things about LaGuardia Airport. Like any airport, LaGuardia experiences delays and produces noise. But on January 15th, the crew of Flight 1549 made all of us in LaGuardia Airport proud. And Congressman Nadler, McMahon, and McInerney, and I introduced this resolution because we wanted to if I had one additional minute, have just one additional minute?
I yield an additional minute to the gentleman.
The gentleman is recognized for an additional minute.
Thank you. We wanted to pause and recognize the heroic efforts of the first officer, the captain, as well as the flight attendants, as well as all the first responders. They deserve our thanks and applause. We've heard it say in the past, boy, that was a close call. I think in the future you're going to hear it said, boy, that was a 1549. At least I like to think that that'll be catchy. That is what I urge all my colleagues to please support this resolution, and with that, I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman